Hello, everyone. Welcome to the First Lady Point of View show. I'm your host, the First Lady Felicia K. You can expect culture, music, news, reviews, a little bit of fashion, and exclusive interviews right here. So, without further ado, stick around. We'll be right back with one of those exclusive interviews after this.
You tuned in. It's the First Lady Point of View. First Lady Point of View. You tuned in. It's the First Lady Point of View.
Thank you all for coming back. Well, it's about time for one of those exclusive interviews like I promised. I'm so excited to kick off the first of many more to come with this young lady. I have so much love and respect for her. She's just a queen to me in all things. So welcome Miss Mouthpeace to the show, everyone. How are you, Mo?
I am blessed. I am so blessed and honored. First of all, thank you for having me to be a part of this show.
Thank you,
Queen. I'm good.
Good. Well, we're going to get right into it, because this could get personal. So, we got history, but I want everyone else to get to know you on the level that I know you on. So, first off, I want you to tell everybody where you're from, like where you grew up, and we'll get into, the background of how you became the woman you are. Where are you from?
From Sacramento. I'm from Sacramento, California. Born and raised in the heart of Oak Park. And I'm just honored to be, living in a lifestyle where I came from, to say, hey, Sacramento is my home.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm proud of Sacramento, actually.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on right now. Well, okay, now I know you as a lot of things, but I want to get into one of the main things. I want to talk to you a little bit about what I originally know you. We're going to get into something else big that you got going on, but I originally know you from singing. Mm-hmm. Well, church, really.
Yeah.
We grew up in the same church.
Yeah.
And you have always been an artist, even when we were tykes, so I want to get into that a little bit about how did you know that you was anointed to sing the artist Mo? When did that hit you?
Actually, I think discovering even in church, seeing the impact that I made, seeing your elders, smiling or someone crying because you're singing. I didn't understand it then, but I knew that it was something special that I had and that I can sing and people could feel something. And then when I got in my 20s, I realized that I had something more than just singing in church. It was more broader to me. Yeah. And I had an opportunity to just discover that I could sing to the masses, and I didn't have to just sing in four corners of church.
Yeah, I remember they used to request you to sing, like, tell her to sing so and so and so. I mean, and I remember, like, the older we got, I remember sometimes you would get up and sing, and I would just cry. Wow. And you don't understand it, like you said at the time, like what it is that's going on with that. Right. So when you started, when you got in your 20s, you said you started realizing you could touch the masses. And I know you traveled a lot, and you were like over in Japan at one time as well. And that's when it kind of
started.
That's what I recollect. So how did that happen? As far as you ending up over in Japan and touching into your your artistry as a vocalist over there?
It's funny, because we were raised in church and church was all I knew. My experience was one night, it was a Bible study night, and I went to see music, and my son and I, we skipped Bible study to go see music. And it was such an amazing concert. I had never seen anything like that in my life. It did something. It just kind of just turned and got my wheels going. And I was like, wow, I can do this. I could sing this type of music because it's life music. Yeah. And I think that's when I was able to tap into that space. And once I did it, I just jumped in and kind of created a life that I wanted for myself, and it worked.
It did. It worked out well, my good sis. And as far as your sound, did you had to play with that a little while to get your sound, or are you kind of like you go with whatever you're feeling according to the production? Because I notice you have a lot of range, but you've always had that. And I notice as far as on the professional aspect, you kind of tend to create your own little lane. So are you trying to expand from that, or like play with different sounds, or do you want to stay where you are? Or do you think you'll ever go back to gospel music? That's the real $1 million question.
I feel like my music is universal because I talk about everything. And I've always been a person that don't like to be put in a box.
Yes.
And so my style really comes from my experiences, my feelings, my emotions. I used to have a problem with having a raspy voice because I didn't sound, like the Mariah Careys and the Dorinda Clarks. I thought my voice would have to sound a certain type of way, and then I learned how to embrace that my voice was okay, raspy. And then you have the Jasmine Sullivans and you have the Toni Braxtons that have this thing on their bottom voice, and it's okay.
It works for you. Well, keep the music coming, okay? Yes. Now, I just wanted to put that out there about the music because I know you got something else that we're going to get into, and this is really, really big. You recently became an author.
I have.
You published your first book, and it is now a bestseller, and I am so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And it is called, tell them what your book is called.
So my book is called Just What I Needed.
Okay.
Just what I needed. Definitely what I needed.
And what made you decide this is the time?
My growth, I wrote this book in a time where I was learning myself and discovering myself. And then I had to catch up with my book. So my words were manifested. It was almost like a prophecy, I felt like. And I had to just match my words. And it was like, you know what? Now is the time. I'm evolving, and had time to sit back, take some years off to just really figure out what I wanted to do with my career. And now here I am. Okay, well, I want you to do me a favor. You want to read a little something off your book for me? Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. Bless us with a little passage. Oh man, it's actually the first one, and I love this one. Let's see, here we go. It says, redirection. I don't recognize you. Your walk is off. It's cold being in your presence. You're always complaining, always upset. Yes, that's what I said to myself. Looking in somebody else's mirror, my face showed up. It's never too late to redirect. Never allow environment to change you. Ponder longer than normal. A whole word. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I love it. I love it. Now, the balance of it all. Yeah, the balance of it all. Because I know that's partially how you got into the whole author side of yourself, the balance of it all between the music and being an author, and then you added a new venture to your resume, and that has been a life coach. So talk to us a little bit about the balance. Is that how the life coach came into play? It's just kind of you trying to coach your own life. It goes to the passage in the book, trying to coach your own life, and then you decided that you could, I could minister to other people about balancing their lives. I know you've always been a mentor to children, teenagers. Yes. So did it all kind of go together? Yeah, when I think about my life, it's full circle. Everything I'm doing, I've always been doing it since I was a kid. And I think that sometimes we're always trying to look and discover in something that we think is deep, and it's really right inside of us and right in front of us. And I've always been a person that loves to encourage and help people. The thing with that was I had to learn how to encourage me and trust myself and love myself first. Yes. And I think, once I was able to tap into that, that's really when everything really started to begin for me. Perspective was changed about myself. Love was grown about myself, and maturity was grown about myself. And that's how I was able to tap into being an author and tap into, helping someone else pan out, look at their lives in a different lens. Because I had to do that. I had to make those same choices as well. Yeah. And then you add
parenting, the motherhood, the queen of the community, like just
Yeah.
trying to balance it all out. But you do it well. You wear your crown well.
Thank you.
You know, do you think that you'll go back to doing music full time at any time, or do you want to just kind of keep that as the thing that has grounded you and put you out there, and just kind of evolve from where you are as a life coach, mentoring to people, and an author? Will we get more books?
Yeah. Well, music is me. Music is who I am. I just actually had my first show this week. What was it? Last weekend was for the first year. You know, the top of the year is like, oh my God, I get to sing now, and it felt amazing to just be in that space. It's a safe space for me. I think everything that I do is a safe space, but music kind of I get to really show another level of freedom for myself. And that's what I love. I love it. So music is always going to be a part of me, always.
We love you in music.
Yes.
Everything else is great, but I love your voice. You know, but you know that already. So I'm happy that you're back out there. So as far as the book, do you want to like continue to publish books? Do you want to just make this one a series, or do you just want to keep just doing life coaching type of books, just to kind of keep people, you know, it doesn't have to be a series necessarily.
Yeah. So I'm actually writing my second book right now.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even know if it's just even in alignment of this, but you know, everything is about, for me, is about experiences and, you know, really what Spirit is leading me to do. So I don't know how it's going to turn out, but this book for sure is kind of my blueprint.
Okay.
This is my Bible now.
Okay, trial and error.
Yeah, this is my little Bible to help me realize that I could do something. And it just reminds me of like, hey, we did this. We did it, so.
And the title, I love it, because, you know, it speaks to the masses, but it's also, you could tell that it's a reflection.
Yeah.
Like, just what I needed. That's, okay, that would make me be like, okay, this author, I want to know, you know, what does she need? Where's she finna go with this? So I love it. That's dope. And then as far as life coaching, how do you put that into perspective as far as, do you ever feel like, I don't want to lead these people wrong? Or do you, how do you come up with what I want to coach with today? Like, I'm a part of your group, and you have the best topics, and do you like pray on it the night before, or do you wake up and it's what you're feeling? Like, this is what it is, this is what I'm gonna tell them we're running with today?
Yeah, usually I just wake up and it's just things just come to me and it drops to me. My focus is really about self-awareness and self-confidence and emotional intelligence. So those three things were the things that I had to look inwardly. And so I don't talk about things that I don't live, you know. And so self-awareness was something that I really had to tap into, as being aware of who I am. I think I've always had confidence, but I wore it in the outside of me, and the inside of me wasn't matching. So I had to learn, have to be aware of like, how do I put that together, you know? And so sometimes when I wake up, I'm just like, ooh, it just comes to me. It just comes to me.
But it's all in alignment, like you said. Your artistry style, your type of music, your book, the life coaching, all of it made sense. Every time you went to a different chapter, I guess people would, if they know you, or even if they don't know you personally, if they just pay attention to how you move, it all makes sense. Like from this young lady that started out singing in the church, that evolved and traveled the world and got these experiences and just kept singing, and then the book, and then you went into the life coach. It's just it's very cohesive, and it just all made perfect sense. It's that divine intervention, I guess they say. Yeah, it all went together for me. I'm so happy for you, man. I want to know a little bit about what are your plans in the future? What can they expect to see you do moving forward in the near future?
I'm definitely going on tour with Just What I Needed. Due to COVID, I had to kind of put it on pause. So just moving forward, just keep pushing this book, because there's so many people that need it. Companies need this book, you know. And I think about not just, you know, so many youth, so many people are going through so many different things, and people just need something to make them feel a lot better. Yeah. Of course, new music, performing more, not just performing, but creating a space where I get to just do what I want to do in music, and I don't have to feel boxed or feel like I don't have to be competitive. I can just do me freely.
Okay, now I had questions that I was supposed to ask you.
Okay.
Right? But I got so comfortable with I got a little selfish, you know. Now, we did talk on as far as where you were going to go with your music. You said that, you know, you just now did your first show of the top for the year, and you definitely, that's baby, that's love.
Yes.
You're going to always go back to that.
Absolutely.
And then we talked about your concept behind your book, so we did cover that. Now, I have another question for you as far as that we didn't get into. All right, now, your top 5 of people that you would like to work with on the artistry side, the music aspect, who would they be?
Oh, my top 5?
Your top 5.
Oh, wow. I definitely would say music-wise, one of my favorite artists of all time, definitely would be someone that people always say that I sound like would be Erykah Badu. Mm-hmm. She would be.
I can see that.
She would be my top one. There is a group called Moonchild. I would love to work with them. Okay. Just so amazing. Also, if I had another group, well, I wouldn't say group, but I guess it would be, even in hip hop, I've always been a fan of Black Thought and the Roots. So it'd be in common.
Yeah, that I made that face like, oh yeah, that sound, that matches, that's perfect. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Definitely, if I had, I guess I just named 4. Man, there's so many people that I would love. I can't even think right now, but I guess my main person would be, I would always love to just write with like Neil or Usher or someone like that. Just someone on the R&B side, just kind of, you know, get that experience.
Okay, well then tell me this. Who is the most memorable person that you've worked with so far that you was like, oh my God, that experience was everything. It gave me life. Who would that be?
Probably Lettucey, Bilal, yeah.
Those are the most memorable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had another one, but that's your. I have a favorite that I like that you work with, but we'll leave it with your two, because the question.
Well, tell me, because maybe I forgot.
No. We'll do it off air. How about that?
Okay.
So, as far as, do you want to do more live shows? As far as, because I noticed now you have a DJ, and I love seeing that because I love the female component of it. Well, you know, I'm a DJ as well, so I love that.
Yeah.
The 2 powerful women. I thought that was so dope. I said, she has a live DJ now, and it's 2 women. So how did you end up? Where did that come from? How did that come into play?
Actually, it's funny. DJ Lady Carr, she actually DJs for me for my book signing, and we have been working together in on the university doing the youth. She's always DJing, and so we've already had a relationship as far as just knowing each other, and her DJing and me speaking. We just kind of like put it together, and it's just, and now we're planning to keep moving forward and doing life stuff.
I
So,
like it.
yeah.
I like your energy together.
Yeah, it was so.
Yeah, it was good.
She's
I really
amazing.
Like it. It's
Shout
fun.
out to DJ Lady Carr.
All right, I'm here for it. So you guys will be doing more live shows then
Yes.
in Sacramento?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, you guys, and I'm gonna tell you guys how you guys could follow her and all that good stuff, so you'll know about when those shows come up as well. So is there anything that comes to your mind that you want to put out there right now to people about you, or what they can expect to come from you in the near future?
Just, support me where I am.
Yeah. In the now, right? I like that.
In the now. Support
like
me.
that.
Support me where I am.
I like that.
And because we need support as artists and creatives, and I just want to be loved just like everyone else. I want numbers to be going up just like everybody else.
here for it.
Support me in my now.
Yeah, my now. I'm gonna use that one. That's a good one. I'm gonna
Yes.
say I got that one from Miss Mo.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh man, I'm here for it. I did want to ask you a little bit about as far as how did you kind of keep your head on straight during the pandemic, like the balance? Because like I know a lot of people, I seen a lot of people like really being depressed during that time, and I noticed like you always had like positive like things to say and affirmations and stuff. How did you keep that like going through the pandemic?
The pandemic was very, 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 for me, even though it was probably the worst experience that we've experienced, you know, for our country, but it was the best experience for me because I discovered myself.
Okay.
I was able to use music and create videos, and I was doing voicey videos. I started doing life coaching. I started just, you know, educating myself and studying and reading. I was reading so many books. I had a lot of time to just kind of like, you know, do the things that I probably would never do because I was busy being busy.
Yeah.
And so I had, you know, that still time to discover what I would like. I was like, wow, I actually like reading like different books that I probably didn't think that I would ever read. And I got through it because one, I didn't have no choice.
Yeah.
You know?
Gotta do it, right?
I didn't have no choice. And I wasn't being around a lot of people either. So I was very like, okay, you want to come out to this? I was like, no, thank you. I'm going to just stay home and read my books. So that's kind of how I was able to navigate through the pandemic, was to really just stay home and, you know, learn my children and learn myself and just look at the bigger picture. I think this time for the pandemic helped me to realize that time is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get to reflect, and you know, it was a good time for me too. I tell people, I guess it all depends on where you're at, where you were at in your life
At that
when
time.
it hit.
Yeah.
You know, like it was unfortunate in a lot of ways, but a lot of doors opened for me during the pandemic in my line of work. You know, with the remote kicking in, but it was a little scary though, because I'm not technical like that, but I learned real quick.
Right.
You know, you learn real quick. So as far as your children, you mentioned your children. Your children, they're all into music as well, right?
So my oldest son, he's a producer, singer, writer. He does it all. So he has his own label, GVI Records. And my youngest son, he's an upcoming artist, and he's still discovering who he wants to be in music. Yeah. My daughter, she sings, but she's still a little shy. She's more on the artist, the creative photography side, you know. So
Talent runs in the family.
Yeah.
They would have to know Mr. Jackson.
yes,
Yeah, they get that from Pawpaw.
Yes.
Smooth.
yes, absolutely. Shout out to Mr. Jackson.
I know,
father.
right? I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
That's funny.
Oh man. So as far as when you talk about the life coaching, do you do personal life coaching for people? Can people reach out to you and say, you know what, I'm in this funky place right now. Can you help get me together?
Absolutely, yeah. So I have a website, which is mouthpeacelifecoach.com, and people go on there on my website and they just decide, you know, if they want to come monthly, they want to come weekly. You know, actually I'll be expanding different programs, you know, coming up soon, to actually help people not just to just come to a session, but be able to take that, what they learn in the session, and use it as a kind of like a journey of like a schooling program.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my next move as far as my life coaching, is helping my clients and other people just like, hey, she's offering not just a session, but she's offering something that can really impact my life.
Right.
Because if I impact your life, you're going to impact everyone connected to you. And so that's my goal, is to make sure that you're not just going home and just taking it in by yourself, but everyone gets to, you know, get off the harvest, eat off the harvest of
Yeah.
your labor of helping and changing yourself.
Yeah, you running to tell this great information I just got. I just got these jewels that, hey, listen, if we implement this, this will go. Yeah, I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So you still working with the youth as well, right? You said you and Lady Shar, you guys work with the youth together on campus?
Well, we did for many years. I'm just like in transition, but I still love the babies.
Yeah.
Always gonna be working with the youth. Always gonna be working with young women and men, trying to help them become queens and kings, and discovering who they are and helping them, see what that looks like.
I'm finna go somewhere with it. Okay.
Okay.
You got this glow.
He said you got this.
Yeah, you got this glow going on, and I know you found yourself and all of that. Yeah, and that's all beautiful. But I want to know, do we got a king in the mix to all of this?
We have a king.
Okay.
We have a king.
Okay, we're gonna get into that sooner than later, and we'll leave it there. All right, thank you so much, Miss Mouthpeace, for being on the show. Anytime you want to come back and share with us, you are always welcome. My house is your house. Once again, I want you to let everybody know how they can follow you on social media and get in contact with you and let them know what you got going on.
You definitely can follow me at Miss Mouthpeace on IG, and you can go to MopeaceLifeCoach.com. Follow me as a life coach as well.
All right, well, that concludes our segment with Miss Mouthpeace. Thank you all for tuning in to the First Lady Point of View show. I've enjoyed you all. I can't wait till we do it all over again, and you guys were a part of history in the making, if you will. I want to thank everybody that was a part of making my vision come to life tonight. And like I said, we're going to do it all over again. And in closing, I want to tell you all, reach back for those that are coming up behind you and pay homage to those who did it before you. I promise you'll feel good about yourself and it won't cost you nothing. Until next time, you all, peace.
You tuned in. It's the First Lady Point of View. First Lady Point of View. You tuned in. It's the First Lady Point of View. First Lady Point of View. Culture, music, news, reviews. You tuned in. It's the First Lady Point of View. You tuned in. First Lady Point of View. It's the First Lady Point of View. Tapped in, yeah, we always on time. First Lady Felicia K on the line. Wanna know what's poppin'? Tap in for the scoop on all the hot topics. The latest fashion, new music reviews. The hottest artists and exclusive interviews. You came to the right spot, First Lady on